Hey everyone, welcome back to the Sync Programming. Today we are going to learn how to make a search filter using HTML, CSS and JavaScript. You can see on the screen how I can filter the search using JavaScript, and let's get into Visual Studio Code and let's get started over this. So I will just open another folder named search filter, and then I will open three files into it. First of all, I will close these files, and then after closing I will just make three files in this folder. That will be index.html, index.js and style.css. So next one is index.js. So I will just get into the index.html and start our coding. I will write the boilerplate code using shift+1. I will add a title as search filter, and then I will get into the body section and I will write, first of all I will make a container. So I will write dot container, and in this container I am going to make another container and named it as container1, and this container will be used for input tag, and in this container I will make input tag whose ID will be search and class also will be search. So after this I will make the container 2, and in this container 2 I will make a div tag whose class will be name and ID will be name dollar. Dollar means it will have 10 elements, so I will multiply it by 10, hence, and its ID will be like this. So if the first element, its ID will be name1. It is a feature that Visual Studio Code gives to us. Now by applying the multi-cursor personality of Visual Studio Code, I will just write the names in the division tag. I will use the paragraph tag in it and write the name. I will go live with the live server, and here it is. You can see on the screen how it reflects. I will just change all the names. I will write Sheetal here. So I will be changing all the names because I want a different search results based on the different keywords that I will type. Mosh and your Aries. I will write here Bob. Lucky will be the next one, and so different names will be written. You can write according to yourself also. It doesn't matter that you write different names or not. I'm just taking 10 random name. You can also take 100 or 1000 as per your need. So this is the 10 random names that I have wrote, and now we have to style this. So I will link the CSS with it using link css href style.css, and at the end of the body I will link the JavaScript file also using script.src. And let's go to our CSS file. I will first do styling of the body. I will write display as flex, and I will write align items as center and justify content as center. So first I will write justify content and then align items as center, and the next one will be container. I will style the container. In this container I will write same the display as flex, align items as center, justify content as center, and then I will just make the flex direction as column so that it will be aligned in the column. Background color will be black as I have shown in the preview. Its width will be 500 pixel. No, its width would be 50% would be good enough, I think so. Border radius would be 20 pixel. I will write margin top as 30 pixel so that it gets a distance from the top also. Here how it is looking. Now I will just style the container 1, that is of input tag. I will write margin top as 20 pixel, border radius as, in fact border as 2 pixel solid gold, and then yeah, it is looking good now. Next thing will be, I think so, in fact I should write container 1 input, because I will style input here, because border is will be of input, not of container 1, so that's why I've made this changes. Border radius will be 10 pixel. You can give the radius as you want, as you like. Styling, everyone has a different way of styling, so I cannot force anyone to give the same radius that I have given. And font size you can also give different as you like. Font weight, these are the optional things that you can give. It isn't necessary. The main thing is the search functionality, the filter functionality that we are going to do in JavaScript. This is the styling part. Outline is none. I'm showing you this because you should know the styling also. If you are in the web development, then styling is necessary. I can use bootstrap also, but yeah, it doesn't, using that bootstrap we cannot learn how to style. So background color will be black of the input element, and then yeah, it is looking good now. Black color is suiting on the input tag. Second thing, I will just now style container. I will give margin top as 20 pixel, and then its width will be 500 pixel, and then display will be flex, and same the flex direction, I mean justify content and align items will be centered. And now it is looking good. Now styling container 2, this is the important container that we have names in it. So now its width will be 600 pixel, a little larger than the input tag. Margin will be 20 pixel. Background color will be black. We can, it is not necessary to give the background color, as the background color of the container was also black, so it doesn't really matters. But as for your choice, you can give the different background color also to the container too. Oh, it is not looking good, it is just overridden, so I have to make changes to it. I will what I have to do is, I will just make, first of all I will just style the name, and look what is the difference that I am getting in it. I will just give the border as yellow. I will give the background color to it as green. it is green in color, and I will give border radius it as 10 pixel. I like rounded borders, so that's why I've given the high border radius. Font size will be 24 pixel. Text align will be centered, and width will be 500 pixel, and uh, margin will be auto, so it gets centered with using it. Oh, what is the problem that is there? It is just overflowing out. I have to check it. What's the problem in my code? Okay, so just get to the Visual Studio Code and check what is the problem here. I will check. I will just comment this, and oh, it is again overflowing. So what is the problem that we are getting in it? uh, your container doesn't have any problem with verse 500, so it can should not. Oh, we should write it as container 1, not container. Still we are getting the same output, so I have to check again what's the real problem. I will just change it to 600 the width, and again that overflow was there. I've linked all the files also, so that should not be the problem. Actually the styling is working, so I don't think so that's the problem. So that's what you have to deal with. I came to know that the problem was I have not written pixels. I have not written px, actually I have written pc in the width. That's why I was getting problem. Just one letter can cause major problems also. So now it is fixed. Now we have styled enough. Now we will get into the JavaScript file, and in this file I will just write let search is equals to document.getElement by id search. We will just take the search element using its id, and then I will just add event listener on it. Actually it will be input event listener. Input event listener means when you input, when you do the typing or input in the search bar, it will listen to your event. So I will again take search as using search id from HTML DOM, and then after this I will actually take its value, and then I will just try to show what value will be printed on the console. So I will just console.log search and just have a look at our console. When I do the input event, it's getting an error. So what's the error? Yeah, I have actually written the node value in place of value. So yeah, it is seen here. So I have to go back to my Visual Studio Code and fix it. Here it was. So I have to write value in place of node value, and then again go to our browser and look at our console. SSS I was writing, so yeah, it is seen. It is seen on the console that is printing SSS. If I will write any other thing, it will print accordingly. So now I am going into the name, that I will take the name using class, its class. So I will just use get elements by class name. It is elements, then all the names will come in our JavaScript file, because we have given name class to many elements. means more than one elements will come into a JavaScript file. Now I will just make, first of all I will just console.log name so as to give it a try. Yeah, just have a look at it. It is actually returning a object, so I have to first of all use array.from name. I will use for each loop. For each element sorry, I have to give it small, small element comma index means the names that we have taken, it will have a particular index. It will start with 0 and end with 9. So I will take all the elements, and the text in that elements will be taken using get elements by tag name, that is paragraph tag, that is shown here. I will just give the index, means it will be from 0 to 9. That's why I've used for loop, for each loop actually, and then inner text of that tags. I will just convert it into the lower case because it will help to search function really well. I will just console.log text and I will show you that these texts are there in the console when I will just fire the input event. Now the main logic part, if the text dot includes the search keyword, then I have to give it a display block. Element.style.display will be block. Oh, sorry. I have to give it element.style.display as block. Otherwise, I have to give element.style.display as none, so it will be vanished from the screen or disappeared from the screen. It will be none. So yeah, just have a check over it. I will type R, I will type F, RO, RA, and M, L, H, A. So search functionality is actually working really well. So yeah, it is working without any problem. No problem to a search functionality. So yeah guys, that's it for today. Thank you. Subscribe and press the like button if you like this video, and if you want to get notified daily, then don't forget to press the like button also.